went on my first missions trip with a team from Central Christian Church in November of 2011 to Nairobi, Kenya. Our first full day there, we were able to witness the poor living conditions that the people are forced to live in and to see the desperate poverty. Through the course of the trip, we were having dinner one night with the directors of Missions of Hope, and I was having a conversation with the director, Mary Kamau, and I expressed to her how I wish there was a way that I could help more. She casually asked what I did for a living, and I told her that I was a refinery operator and had been a welder. But I did not think that I had a way to serve them. I just thought that they were probably looking for doctors, nurses, and teachers. I told Missions of Hope that I planned to return November 2012, and I asked them if there was a way that I could extend my trip and help in some sort of way. They responded back that they were actually wanting to start a welding skills training program for the young men of Mathare, and asked if I would be willing to work on that during my extension. I said yes, and I prepared for the trip. I didn't know what to expect when we returned in November as far as where they would be with the welding program or exactly what I would be doing. During our meeting, I found that they actually had nothing. They had no tools, no hammers, nothing, but it was a vision that they had. We were able to purchase the first arc welder, hammers, saws, vise. The idea was to begin producing windows and doors for the schools of Missions of Hope. They're in expansions where they were building up with cinder block buildings, and they needed the steel doors and windows built, which they were previously contracting or paying other people to do. The goal, of course, was to provide on-the-job training while also providing the needs for the school. So then I left and returned in April of 2013 for a 2-week visit, and was surprised to see how the welding program was still going. They had not only been producing windows and doors and railings that were needed for the schools, they'd also began producing steel desks that are needed. The vision of the program is to eventually move into a building that has been purchased where we can start a trade school. Then the social workers will be able to identify young men from the community and bring them in and train them in a holistic way to teach them a job skill that may provide them a way for better employment and possibly get them out of the slums. I was actually a little apprehensive about going on the missions trip, and I now know that it was one of the best things that I've done in my life. So I would just like to tell anybody who's apprehensive about going on a missions trip or don't know if you have a skill that can be used, just ask God, and if you are willing, He will find a way to use any talent or skill that you have to serve and to help build His kingdom.